Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Beauty Connective podcast, where beauty professionals all over the industry are coming together to grow, connect, and get real. And today I'm so excited because I'm joined by the one and only Hilda Custodio, owner of Peyton Manny's in Illinois, and you probably know her as your TikTok nail lady. Hilda, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited. Let's clear something up really quickly because I see so many people in your comment section confused about what your name is.
Oh, yes. I know. People are like, wait, stop, roll the tape. They're like, wait, what's the name? So my name is Hilda, but my business name is Peyton Manny's, and then my salon is Peyton Manny's Beauty Lounge.
So her name is not Peyton. You are Hilda.
I
Great to
still
clear
do
that
get
up.
called, yeah, I still get called Peyton, though. I have lots of clients that they're like, oh, hi, Peyton. And I'm like, hey, I just go with it. I'm like, it's just, I have to adopt the name too.
I'll just go by both.
Yeah, literally.
But tell us why they get confused on your name.
So when I started doing nails, I wanted to come up with like a name that was unique to myself and just in my business in general. I didn't want it to be something that I kind of just like was like, okay, I need a business name. Let me just grab, whatever and just run with it. So I was like, you know what, let me implement my daughter. My daughter at the time, my oldest, she was 1.5. So I grabbed her middle name, which she is the Peyton. Her middle name is Peyton. And then when I first started, I was just like, I only want to do like manicures. I was kind of scared of acrylic. I was scared of everything else like that. So then I just kind of fused that with Manny's. So yeah, that's kind of where Peyton Manny started. A lot of people think I'm like a big Peyton Manning fan. That's another one that I get all the time. And I'm like, no, he seems like a great guy, but I'm a Bears fan. So no.
That's so funny, yeah. If people haven't come across you on TikTok, like where have they been? It's been so fun to watch your videos. I watched them
Oh,
all.
thank you.
You're such a talented nail artist as well.
you.
What got you started in the nail industry to begin with?
So I was a full-time student, single mom, and I was trying to work a full-time job too, like all in the mix. And I just did not like having to leave my daughter, and I felt like I was already gone like a decent amount with school because I commuted to NIU. So I was like, you know what, I need to find something that's going to give me a little bit more like balance and a little bit more freedom to kind of just be home. So the first 7 years I was actually working out of my parents' house. So I always liked doing nails. I liked doing my own nails. Me and my sister, we would do each other's nails. So I was like, you know what, let me do like no chip manicures, because back then that's when like no chip manicures were like the hottest thing happening. So I started with that, and it kind of just really grew from there, way more than I expected it to. But yeah, it was really just wanting to spend more time with my daughter and not kind of like letting work and school kind of just consume all of my time.
Yeah, it's like such a good option because you can kind of like go
Yeah,
back and forth.
definitely. Yep.
Okay, you said noche manicures?
Oh, no chip manicures. Sorry.
Oh, no
I like
chip.
talk. Yeah, I talk in cursive. Like I feel like all of my words just kind of jumble together.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I was like, what's the noche
Yeah.
manicure?
So
I
like
haven't heard of that trend.
so like now I guess it would just be like just a regular like gel manicure, because I feel like over time everything just changes. Like for a while I feel like everyone was calling it like shellac. So it's just kind of like, yeah, just like a regular
Right,
gel
right.
manicure.
That's awesome. So you're doing it for 7 years out of your house. When did you start to build Peyton Manny's?
The storefront itself started in 2021. My parents, they said they were selling their house, and they were like, well, we have to sell the house. And I was like, oh man, like now I have to do it. And I'm very much like the type of, I am impulsive, but I also do get scared. So with that, I was like really scared to do it. And I feel like that was kind of the push that I needed in order to kind of just go on out on my own. And so, yeah, I opened my first storefront in 2021. They did not end up selling their house. They still
Oh,
have
like,
it.
psych.
So I was like, okay, great, thanks. If you wanted me to leave, you could have just said that. But yeah, no, so
So
that's
you
how
just
that,
hate me?
literally.
That's what I would say to my parents. You just literally hate me.
Exactly. It's like, thanks, guys. So the first one opened up in 2021, and that one was in Villa Park, right off of like North Avenue, which is like a pretty busy street out here. And I was there from 2021 until July of 2023. And then July of 2023 is when I opened the current location in Lombard.
So do you have two locations now?
So Villa Park is closed. That one we left there completely. And then when I first started in Lombard, it was just 320 Westmore Avenue, which that's like the location in July of 2023. But then in like December-ish, I noticed like the tenants in the space next door were like moving out. So I was like, oh, like that'd be fun to kind of just have both. So now I do have both 318 and 320.
Nice. So you've been able to expand even
Yeah.
since you
Thankfully,
started.
that's as far as I'm going though. Like I'm like, this is
Oh,
a
really?
lot. Yeah, I'm like, I'm good here. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that process like starting your own storefront?
It was scary. It was really scary because it was like a very big space and very big like rent money because working from home I didn't have the overhead. I didn't have the utilities. I didn't have, having to buy toilet paper and hand soap and like all those things. And I was like, wow, like this is going to be like a lot of my money's going to go to that. And I was like, yeah, I could essentially like rent out the space. Like booth rent at the time was for the first location because I didn't have like the suites that I have now. So it was like really just like booth rent or like area rent. And that was a little hard. Just finding people to want to kind of like go on this journey essentially with me, right? So it was super, super scary. I was so scared and I was like so stressed all the time. But thankfully, I mean, it worked out great.
Yeah, taking those jumps is honestly like so
Oh,
nerve-wracking.
yeah.
What made it easier for you, or like what made you take the jump even though it was scary?
My parents putting that house on the market. Because if not, I literally say it all the time. I'm like, if my parents would have never put the house on the market, even though they did end up like not selling it, I would probably still be working out of my parents' house,
Yeah.
or maybe my house. Because that's another thing too. Like we had me and my husband, we hadn't purchased our house when my parents put their house on the market. So I feel like if they would have put their house on the market when I already had my house, I would have just moved into my house and worked out of my house. So
Yeah.
I feel like it all worked out how it was supposed to because I mean, I am very grateful for like where I am right now in my career and with my business. So I'm very grateful for that scary push that I got.
Totally. It's like
Yeah.
sometimes just what you need to
Oh
get
yeah,
going.
100%, yeah.
How many girls do you have working at your salon?
So now I have 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's myself in like at 320, and then there's McKenna, she does nails. Liz, she does brows and body waxing, and she's actually like the one that has been with me since like the first place opened when we were in Villa Park. So she's been with me from like literally the nitty gritty, like field inspections, everything.
Shout out.
Yes, super shout out to Liz. That's like my girl. And then at 318, we have a makeup artist, Shavonda, another nail tech, Ashley, and then a lash artist, Jess. So yeah, they kind of just do their own thing. I'm just providing a space for them to grow their business, and then hopefully eventually they go out and they open up their own storefront, or they can stay with me forever. I'm totally okay with that too.
Yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
don't leave
Yeah,
because
like don't leave, but if you want to grow, I totally understand.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we spoke on the phone a couple weeks ago, and you said that your first video was posted back in January of this year on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yep.
I want to dive into this because I'm so fascinated by your growth on TikTok that's happened so quickly. What was that like posting your first TikTok video?
I think I was like, I don't even think I recorded my intro like prior to even working. I think I was waiting for my first client to come in, and I was like, you know what? I was like, let's do this. There's hold on, let me find her name really quick on TikTok. Nails by Oran, I believe I'm pronouncing it right. I think she's in LA. So I would see her videos pop up all the time, and I was like, I feel like I can do these. I can do a video like this. Like I kind of obviously wanted to take my own spin on it because I didn't want to just like take her idea and just like run with it. But yeah, that day I was like, I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a TikTok video because I would just like randomly post like just like videos that I would post on Instagram and I would post them on TikTok, and they just really wouldn't do that great. And then
Totally.
yeah, I remember I was waiting for my client and I was like, you know what, let me just record myself and then voice over it. Like, oh, let's, have X amount of clients, whatever with timestamps. And I just recorded like part of the process. And then I think in that video, my clients were in, I like asked some of them if they wanted to be in the video. And then yeah, I like posted it and I was like, oh, it's just doing kind of good. Like I got past like the 500 views, and then I was like past 1,000. I was like, I think I went to bed and it was at like 15,000 views. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the best any of
Whoa.
my videos have recently done.
Yeah.
And then I woke up and it was like over, I think like 50,000 views, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do this every day now. Like I had to, and I literally was just like, no, I'm doing this literally every single day. And yeah, it just like, it blew up, and I kind of just rode that wave, and it's just been going since then.
Totally. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. That's such a short amount of time
I
to,
know.
yeah, to get such a following. And like people love you. And I think that's why, like from my perspective, why your videos do so well is because you're such an approachable personality to
Oh,
watch. Just
thank
like,
you.
and watching you interact with your clients is so, it's so much fun because you can just tell that you have that connection with them
Yeah.
and you do such a good job on their nails. So
Thank
you
you.
like found the right formula for the great
Yeah.
videos.
Thank you. Yeah, it took a
How
little bit of like curating. I was like, I kind of don't like that. I kind of don't like that. And like I was kind of playing with them for a little bit, but I feel like now, I think I told you when we talked on the phone, I feel like now I've kind of found like the template that I like for my videos.
Yeah, and I think that's probably a good strategy because people know exactly what to expect from you
Yeah.
and it's like the same every time, same
Yeah.
quality and everything like that. Has your business, like your storefront business, changed at all from before and like after you've like gone viral on TikTok?
Yeah. It has. It's definitely, my books are very very full, which I'm so very grateful. For a second, I was like, oh man, this is a lot. Like, because I was like, okay, how can I handle this? Like, how can I manage this myself? Because obviously, like, I'm just, I do it all myself, like the booking.
I'm just a
Well,
girl.
literally, I'm like, I'm new here. Um, so I was like, it was like a lot at first. I got a like my wait list was really long, and a lot of messages. How can I book? How can I book? How can I book? And I'm like, oh well, just do this, just do this, just do this. And I'm just very grateful too because it has poured into the other girls too. Like it's pouring into their cup too, which I'm so so happy for because at the end of the day, that's like I've always said, like I just want to provide a space for people to be able to grow. And if me having that following and my videos going viral is gonna help them, like put them in the spotlight too. I'm all for. I've even like pinned the video of like the salon tour because I kind of go into like everybody else's suites and stuff like that, just to kind of be able to help in any way that I possibly can, so that we all are winning at the end of the day.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
supportive, especially as a salon owner. You're like, it's not all about me, but
Yeah.
everybody here.
Exactly.
So you've gotten super busy. I also had to ask because so many videos that you post, you're like, I have an 8 client nail day. And I'm like, how? As a
Yeah.
fellow nail artist, I'm like, how does she do these
Yeah.
consistently? Was it always like that? Or is that like kind of since you've blown up, have you taken more clients every day?
So I've actually decreased the amount of clients a little bit. I've kind of extended my service. So how I had it was like solid color was an hour, minimal design is an hour 15, full design is an hour and a half. And I added like 10 minutes to each service just to kind of give myself time in between clients to like really prep for my next client. Because before like recording my appointments, it was like, like a revolving door. Like, okay,
Oh,
as my
yeah.
client's walking out, my next client's walking in. But now, like, I have to set up my camera, make sure, like, my hair isn't, like, sticking up the wrong way or anything. Make sure everything's clean, make sure everything's ready and set to go. But it's more so just, like, the prepping. Like, I want to be able to fully get them walking in and, like, the whole greeting and everything. So, yeah, now I've actually as of lately too, like tomorrow I do have 8 clients tomorrow, but it's like I have like gaps in between my appointments to kind of give myself a little bit of time to run to the bathroom, eat some food and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Give yourself, like, be a human for a
Yeah,
minute. Yeah.
literally.
I know you said once you posted this video, you were like, okay, I'm gonna do this every day. Is that pressure that you put on yourself? Like, do you feel that pressure from the outside? Like, what does that look like from a day to day, adding that onto your daily task list?
So at first I had kind of like set myself a very unrealistic expectation of like I need to have this video posted by 7:30 p.m., which is very unrealistic because on my long days, which are Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I'm at the salon until 7. Like that's the time that I finish my last appointment. Sometimes it does go over a little bit, like because usually like if my last client booked for a solid and they want full, like I'll let them do that because they're my last client of the day. Like I'm already there, they're already there. Like why would I say no, you know?
Yeah.
So that kind of like was really overwhelming and very stressful for myself until and then I even tried doing the posting like a day behind, but that really wasn't working. Cause then I was like confusing myself. I get confused very easily. So I was like, I'm confusing myself. So now I'm like, as long as the video's up before 9 p.m. because at 9 p.m. I'm in bed. So I feel like once I kind of like took that 7:30 p.m. unrealistic expectation of myself out of the like, the scenario, it kind of like eased back up again.
That's good. You were able to find boundaries or
Yeah,
schedule that works for
definitely.
you.
Yep.
Do you enjoy the social media side
I
of
do.
being a nail tech?
It's fun. It's really fun. I love like just reading the comments. I'll at least like try to like them if I don't respond. But I do at least try to like the comments because some of these comments are funny. Like they're very funny. I will say some of them I'm like, wow, that was clever. And just like interacting with everyone, I try to like TikTok is weird with like the messages. There's a lot of like spam messages come through, and I feel like Instagram, it's easier to filter them out. So that's why I always tell people like message me on Instagram. Like I'm more responsive on Instagram just because it's like easier for me to like, see what's spam and what isn't. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. I love it.
That's awesome because I feel like I am surrounded by a lot of nail techs in the industry who are just like, I don't want to be posting on social media. I don't
Yeah.
want to be like a content creator, try to become an influencer and gain a following. And I've felt that personally as a nail
Yeah.
tech. I'm like, I feel like I have to get my content out there to, get clients or whatever. But it's just like kind of an exhausting
It
part
is
of the
it is
job.
hard. Yeah, it is a lot of work and it's hard and it's very time consuming, especially like if you have like, kids or just even anything else that requires you just want to go home and just relax. It is very time consuming. I feel like I've kind of just considered it just part of like my career now, to where I'm like it's just what I do, it just
Yeah.
comes with the territory at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your goal now in continually posting? Now that your salon, you're fully booked, like your girls are booked, like what is your main takeaway now from posting on social media?
I think just continuing to grow, like, the community and trying to like help more because I have gotten a lot of messages or even comments too that people are like, oh, I'm an up and coming nail tech, I'm a new nail tech, or I'm a baby nail tech, and I'm learning so much from you. And that's more so just what I want to be able to do is just continue to like find, because I feel like I've evolved too as a nail tech. Just like with I used to use like 3 diamond bits like when it came to cuticle prep, but now I'm down to like now I'm just using one. So I'm kind of like trying to, as I'm learning, trying to teach like at the same time because I don't think I could do like one-on-one classes only because I talk really fast and then I get nervous, so then I talk even faster. And then I'm a visual learner, so then I'm a visual teacher. So I just feel like that really wouldn't mesh too good with me. So I feel like this is kind of my way of like, listen, I don't offer one-on-one classes, but I can give you guys like I'm free to give you guys like my blueprint. So that's kind of just
Totally.
like what my main takeaway would be from now on.
That's awesome. And I love that because it is so valuable for so many nail techs who are just like, I don't know, sometimes lost after nail school
Yeah,
and just like, actually, what is it like in the real world doing nails?
exactly.
That a lot of times nail school doesn't really prepare you for what you're
Yeah,
actually doing in I don't know
exactly.
what the nail schools are like in Illinois. But at least I talk to a lot of girls who just are like, I graduated nail school, but I don't feel like I'm prepared to
Yeah.
do nails
Yeah,
out in the
even
real
out
world.
here, it's just like they just prep you to pass your state boards, which is important because a lot of it is like sanitation, which is 1000% like top priority across the board. But yeah, I feel like there's like 2 nail schools that I usually recommend people to out here. I didn't go to either one of them, but I've noticed kind of just like based on like what they post and like people that have graduated from there, I feel like they kind of have a pretty good understanding of how to actually do nails. like I feel like the school dedicates time to teaching them that. So once I found those two, I'm like, whenever people ask me, I'm like, I never went there, but they seem like a great, they offer a great program.
Yeah. What's the culture of nails like where you live? Because like in Utah, at least, the structured manicures are getting pretty big out here, and like nail art and basically the style of nails that you do. Is that a more like limited service where you're at? Is it getting popular? What does it look like out
It's
there?
super popular. Like acrylics are still a big thing. But I feel like the structured manicures and like the natural nails are definitely a lot more popular. Like girls really just want to grow out their natural nails because they've realized like I can still have like the strength of like an acrylic nail, but it's like they'll be my nails, like it's yeah, there's product on top of them, but at the end of the day they could be like, hey, these are my nails, and I feel like that's like a big, I don't know, like I feel like it's a prideful moment for them, like because people
Yeah.
are like, oh well, what are those fake? It's like, no, they're actually mine. But yeah, no, structured manicures are big out here. Definitely a lot of nail art. And yeah, I feel like kind of the same thing.
That's awesome because I don't know. I feel like it's super concentrated here, and so I'm always curious what it's like everywhere else.
Yeah.
I always think like if it's not as saturated here, like as saturated as is here in Utah, then it's like such an opportunity to grow that
Yeah,
service in other areas.
definitely.
I wanted to ask, what's maybe the behind the scenes of the viral growth of TikTok that we don't see on our end that you've kind of felt throughout the process?
It's really cool. Like I told you earlier, I really could, like, I try not to think about, like, doing this interview too much because then I get really nervous. So I kind of just, like, I don't know. At first, once I hit 100,000 followers, I was like, wow, that's a lot of people. And then I was like, okay, visually, like, I need to visualize because, again, I'm a visual person. So I typed in like, okay, how many people fit at United Center, which is like, where the Bulls play here. And it said like, I don't know, it was like maybe 50,000 or it was like under that. And I was like, oh man. I was like, okay, how many people fit inside of Soldier Field? And it was like under 100,000. I was like, oh my gosh, that is a lot of people. So it is really, really cool. And especially like, just like in the area if I'll go places, people be like, oh my gosh, like I follow you on TikTok. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Because I'm like, I don't know what else to say. So I'm like, I am very, very grateful, but I also don't want to like, sound like, I don't know, I guess like fake, but I am very grateful. So whenever people are like, oh my God, like I follow you on TikTok and, I'll be like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like I really, really appreciate it. And then after I'll ask, especially if my daughter's with me, I'm like, did I sound nice? Please, like, I didn't sound mean, right? I'm like, did I seem excited? Because sometimes, I don't know, like, I, I, I get too like much in my head. So I'm like, okay, I just want to make sure people, like they always say like, if you meet like a fan, not that I'm like comparing myself to like an actual famous person, right? But I don't ever want to disappoint anyone, especially when they are excited, because I have had people like come up to me and they're very excited. So I just want to match their excitement. I want them to know that I am super excited, and because I feel like it takes a lot to go up to someone and tell them like, I follow you on TikTok or, X, Y, and Z and stuff like that. So I am, it's so fun. It's so great. I love it. My husband's like, oh my gosh, she's like, people like recognize you. I'm like, I know, right? It's like so cool. Like, I feel like I'm like, I don't know. I wasn't like popular in high school, so I'm like, oh my God, is this what it feels like?
You're so real for that because I just feel like that goes to show how down to earth that you are.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I love it. And that's why, like, I tell people all the time, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, like I've even like, people have messaged me like, oh, I saw you here, but I didn't want, I'm like, oh no, please, like, if you ever see me, like, please say hi. Like, I would love that.
Yeah,
I
that's
wish I
so
could walk
fun.
around with like goodie bags. I was like, here,
Yeah,
thank you so
you're
much
like,
for your
thanks for
support.
following me.
Literally, yeah. I'm gonna get a sticker. I think I'm gonna get stickers and just like give them to people.
That's cute. I love
Yeah,
that idea.
yeah.
I met Hilda from Paper
Literally, it's
Nannies.
like just like
Yeah.
random, like what are we doing today, or like let's
Oh,
have
yes.
type thing. I feel like that'd be cute.
I know. I was gonna ask too because I saw that you started selling merch
Yes, I did.
with
Yeah.
your famous phrases. Tell me about
Yes.
that.
Yeah, so a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, we need this on a t-shirt. We need this on a t-shirt." And I used to have just like regular, just like Peyton Manny's like Beauty Lounge merch. But I was like, you know what? Let me do this, and because a lot of people were asking for it, and I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. So I did t-shirts and I did tote bags, And then I was like, well, I don't want it to be like just like I'm just like profiting all the money, right? So I was like, okay, you know what? Like my oldest, she was recently diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and then my niece, she has hydrocephalus, and then I obviously always want to support like women and children's shelters and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, like every month, like I'll donate half of the proceeds to either organization for like type 1 diabetes, hydrocephalus, or like women and children's shelters. So I kind of like took that. I felt like that was like a good opportunity to kind of like, yeah, like give my followers like merch, so especially the ones that live out of state, and then just like new merch for me and then also give back to something bigger.
That's so cool. I didn't know that. That's such a cool
Yeah,
cause. I love
yeah,
that you're doing that. How
yeah.
fun. Do you ever feel like you are hitting a wall with content creation or feel like burned out from it?
No, the only time that I am kind of just like, oh, well, what do I post is on the weekends because I don't work on the weekends. So like usually Sunday I'll try to post like, oh, my favorite sets of the week. But then usually Saturdays I'm like, what do I post? Like those are usually the
Yeah.
only days that I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to post because I didn't work today. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
not really. I try to kind of just like, I don't know, make it fun. And then now that, like I said, I've kind of like found the like how I want to have my videos. It's kind of just like made it easier. So, because at first it was really fun, and then when I kind of like got like really in my head, it got a little stressful. But now it's fun again.
That's good. It sounds
Yeah.
like you have a really good head on your shoulders
Well,
and
thank
just
you.
don't take it too serious because I think
Yeah.
that it can be such a rabbit hole of like extra anxiety
Yeah.
to post and get things
Yeah.
out there and
Definitely.
get the, desired results from a video that you're hoping for when you post.
Exactly. Yep. That's
Yeah.
huge too.
Yeah. What advice would you give to a newer nail tech who's like wanting to post on TikTok or wanting to gain a following?
I would say just kind of go with what you like to post. Like if it's you posting, you prepping your station for your client, or just like only your client's reaction, because I feel like those are really cute. Whenever the nail tech just does like a consult and then just posts like the client reacting to their nails, or just like the end result of the nails. Just find whatever you like because if you really like it, it won't be stressful or you won't feel burned out from it and stuff like that. Especially if it does take off and then you have to do it every single day. Like you want to make sure it's something that you really like to do and that you enjoy that process of your day that you're posting and stuff.
Keep it fun.
Yeah, definitely. Always keep
Make
it
sure
fun.
it's always still fun, not
Yeah, and because we go into this business, right? Because we love nails and because we want it to not feel like a job, right? Like I never wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to work today. Like that, those words never come out of my mouth. Or I won't say never, but they don't ever come out of my mouth. Because it's fun. I love what I do, and we want to keep it that way as much as possible. So if we are implementing the whole social media thing, posting on TikTok, posting on Instagram, or even YouTube, it's you want to keep it to where it's like it feels like you're just doing what you love.
totally, which is huge because we've all been to jobs that
Yeah,
we dreaded going
maybe.
to,
Yeah,
cried on our way to work and everything else.
literally. Oh yeah, I can't tell you the amount of times that I literally will pull into the parking lot, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this today. Bust a U-turn and go back home. I'm like, I
Like I
can't.
just can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
No,
can't do
it's
those
it's
today.
it's so true. And being in the beauty industry is so much fun, I think, for that reason,
Yeah.
because it's just everyone's excited for their nail day. Everyone's
Yeah.
excited to
Oh
see you
yeah.
that day. Like no one wants to skip that day, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
just so
No.
much fun.
Yeah. It's the best.
It is the best. Let's wrap up the episode with some fun rapid fire questions.
Fun. Can't wait.
Okay. First, what nail trend are you loving right now?
Anything chrome, and anything like with the 3D looking like the gel lines, like when you like swoop them in and stuff. Those are my
Yes.
favorite always.
I've noticed those on your videos, the French tips with those
Oh
3D
yeah, they just
swoops.
like add so much, and it takes like 2 seconds. It's so fun.
Love.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you wish every beauty pro knew when they were starting out?
I wish I would have known to like try not to compare myself to other beauty professionals. I feel like if you just like don't focus on that, or just try not to be like, oh well, so and so's been doing this for this long and I'm still here, you know, like kind of just like comparing. It would just take away a lot of the stress of being in the beauty industry, because I feel like that is what causes a huge amount of stress in the beauty industry, is like the comparison of like, oh well, I don't have this many followers, or I don't get this many likes, or I don't get this many bookings and stuff like that. And it's just like, just take all of that and just focus it on yourself. And I feel like that would be, it would serve more purpose in your growth versus comparing to someone else, because it's like you just got a tunnel vision, and just, you know, tunnel vision to like what your goal is, and just focus on that always. And it's you know, we do get sidetracked, we do get kind of like derailed a little bit, because there just, you know, there's bumps in the road all the time and stuff like that, but we always just gotta hop right back on and just keep focused, keep pushing on.
I love that. What's next for you and Peyton Manny's?
Just keep creating content, keep, you know, making my clients happy with all the things that they throw at me. Because I had one client, she sent me this little lobster thing, and it was so cute, but I was like, ma'am, who do you think I am, Picasso over here? Like, I can't do this. She goes, yes, actually you can do this. And I was like, no. But yeah, no, just, you know, keep creating content, keep creating nails, and keep sharing my knowledge with everyone as much as I can, to, you know, just help them. If I can help one nail tech a week, I wouldn't even say a day, but like a week, I feel like I'm doing my due diligence.
Totally. You're doing such a good job of that.
Thank you.
And where can everyone find you if they want to follow along?
So Instagram and YouTube is Peyton Manny's, PAYTONMANIS, and TikTok Hill.Custodio, HIL.CUSTODIO.
Awesome. Yeah, if you haven't already seen Hilda on TikTok, you're missing out. It's like the daily dose of feel-good content and cute nails.
Yes.
So go check her out. And thanks so much for joining us on today's episode of the Beauty Connective podcast. If you are a beauty professional who wants to get more clients outside of social media, check us out at thebeautyconnective.com to create your free profile today.